So what is going on, people? It's Kim here and welcome back to yet another Euro 2016 official squad. And as you can see today, we are looking at France now. The France national team officials Twitter account, if that makes sense. The official French national team Twitter account, that's better, actually split the positions up. So they tweeted the goalkeepers first, as you can see here. Looks like gardens, but that's just French. They've got the defenders, midfielders, and then the strikers, all separate. So kick-starting us off with the goalkeepers, guys. Hugo Lloris, we're going to start with. The guy in the middle here, probably, in my opinion, the number one option for France. He's a fantastic goalkeeper. Someone who, even though he does play for Spurs, I still do admire in the Premier League, and just a really good. I don't think he gets rated enough, to be honest. I think a lot of people play him down, probably because he is at Spurs. But if he played for like somebody like Chelsea or Man United or Man City, he'd be hyped up all the time. And yeah, I don't think he gets enough recognition on how good he actually is. And I think I do, even though the two keepers he's got alongside, well, either side of him are very, very good, especially Mandanda, he's been about for quite a while and he is a good keeper. I think that, Lloris will still probably get the go ahead in, the majority of the games. And yeah, also, I just want to say how lucky France are to actually have three very good top quality goalkeepers, all of, similar level. But I do think Lloris is probably just on a different level to the other two. But that doesn't by any means mean that the two keepers are necessarily bad goalkeepers, because believe me, in my opinion, they really aren't. Moving on to Lloris's, the left, I guess. It would actually be, if you were standing as Hugo Lloris, it'd be your right, but we're going to talk about Benoit Costil anyway. A 28-year-old goalkeeper who currently plays for Rennes in League One or Ligue 1. He's joined them in 2011 and since then has made 204 appearances for the national side, for the club, sorry. And I just wanted to say, for the French national team, this is his first call-up. He hasn't actually played for the French national team, according to my sources. I sound like an ITK. But yeah, can I just say, this guy is Olivier Giroud's absolute twin, isn't he? Just look at him. And not so much here, but if you watch videos on the French, on the Equipe de France, on their Twitter account, and it's of all the players together, it's very, if you look for Giroud, you'll see this guy first and you'll be like, oh wait, no, that's Costil. They look so much alike, it's unreal. And last but not least, with the goalkeepers, we have got Steve Mandanda. If you play a lot of FIFA, you'll know all about this guy. He's one of them. I don't know about the rest of you, but I always get him in FUT Draft. Always get him. And sometimes he does come in handy, to be honest. So yeah, he currently plays for Marseille. He's been there since 2008. For quite a while, actually, been pretty loyal to them, because without a doubt he's probably had some people knocking on the door, because he's a great goalkeeper. He's made 334 appearances for them, and he got his first call up to the French national team in 2008 also, and has played 22 games for the French national team so far. So we are moving on to the defenders now, guys. Fullbacks are included here as well, of course. And we're going to start off on the left this time. I'm not going to start in the middle because I'll just confuse myself. We're going to start off with Lucas Digne, I think his name is pronounced. Very, very impressive player. I know that Liverpool were actually linked with him last summer, I think, because he started to make a name for himself at PSG. So he does still currently play for PSG, but he spent last season out on loan at Roma, where he made 29 appearances for Roma in the Serie A and scored 3 goals for them. So that is fantastic going. And for those of you who don't know, he does play as a left back. And again, he's a player that actually he's just really started to come about. So be interesting to see how he does within the tournament. Then one for the Manchester United fans watching the video, we have got 35-year-old absolute legend Patrice Evra now. I used to hate him being an Arsenal fan, but without a doubt he was one of the best fullbacks. Well, he also plays left back, but one of the best left backs in the Premier League, in his time. He joined Manchester United in 2006 and he was there until 2014, making 273 appearances for them and scoring 7 goals. And then since 2014 he moved to Juventus, where he's still currently playing now, and he's made 47 appearances for them and has also managed to score 3 goals, so that's not bad going at all. He's been part of the French national team as well now since 2004, and he's made 73 appearances for his national team so far. Next, we have got Christophe Jelly, I think his name is pronounced. He is a 32-year-old right back now, and again, very familiar with him if you do play FUT Draft, because if you're building a League One side, he's likely to come up. He currently plays for Lyon, where he's been at since 2014, but before he joined Lyon, he was at Paris Saint-Germain. He joined Paris Saint-Germain in 2009 and obviously remained there until 2014. And that's where he was, better known. He made 143 appearances for them and scored 7 goals. And since joining Lyon, he's made 54 appearances, scoring 2 goals for them. And he's been a part of the French national team since 2012. He's actually got 1 goal for the national side and has made 11 caps for them so far. Without a doubt, he'll be making some more within the tournament. Next up, we've got the Arsenal man Laurent Koscielny, of course. Again, a player that's been at Arsenal for 6 years now, actually. Joined us in 2010. He's made 180 appearances for us so far, and has scored 15 goals for us. He's one of them that he's scored in some big games, He's scored some really important goals. And we all absolutely love him. He's an absolute rock at the back. And, he went from, when he first joined us, I'm not going to lie, he wasn't so good. I think he took a while to adapt to the Premier League. And then after that, after his first season with us, he just gelled. He became such a key man at the back for us. And, he's gone from being like Mr. Unreliable, because at first he really was, and I'll never forget it, because I wasn't part of Twitter back then, but I was friends with a lot of Arsenal fans on Facebook, and I was in the little groups and stuff on Facebook, and loads of Arsenal fans on Facebook they wanted him gone. They were like, oh, he's the worst, going to be one of our worst defenders ever. And it's just funny how he's gone from that to becoming just such a key part in our defence, and he's probably one of the best centre backs in the league as well now. Just a fantastic defender, and again, I think he'll really have such a key role in that back line for France within this tournament. He's actually played 24 games for France and has got himself 1 international goal, so fair play to him, and it'd be good to see him get some more as well. Next up, we've got Mangala. I can't say his first name, and I'm not even going to try. This guy's only 25. I thought he was a bit older than that. He obviously plays centre-back for Manchester City. They brought him in. I said that really weird. Manchester City, not City. He joined Man City in 2014, and before then he played for Porto, which is where Man City scouted him. 51 appearances for Porto and 6 goals in the 3 years that he was there, and obviously joining Man City in 2014. He's played 44 games for them, but has yet to score a goal for them. And he's also played for the French national team since 2013, so he's been in the squad for 3 years now, but he's only played 8 games, so hopefully he'll get some more games within this tournament, but it is going to be difficult because he's got some good competitors for the centre-back position. Next up, we have got Jeremy Mathieu. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Made a name for himself in the 2013 to 14 season with Valencia. He was actually at Valencia since 2009. made 126 appearances for Valencia and scored 6 goals. And then in 2014, he was picked up by the Spanish giants Barcelona, playing 49 games for them so far, and he scored 2 goals for them as well. He's been a part of the French national team since 2011, but has only played 5 games for them and hasn't scored for them just yet. Next up, we've got the ex-Arsenal man, Bacary Sagna, the man with the hair, although not the hair anymore. He got rid of the blonde dreads. What happened, Bacary? What happened? I think that was the Arsenal part of him, and I just think because that was our thing, maybe that's why he got rid of them. But he got a lot of stick when he left. But in all fairness, he's 33. And him leaving actually did wonders for Hector Bellerin. So I really respect that. It would be nice to have him still in the squad, with Bellerin, because I think Bellerin could have learned a lot from him. Just a fantastic defender for us, and yeah, I really missed him when he left. It was so weird to see him leave, because he's one of them that you just think would be around forever, but he was at Arsenal for 7 years. He joined us in 2007 from Auxerre, or Auxerre, I'm not sure how you pronounce them, in 2007, and he played 213 games for us and scored 4 goals. And then in 2014, after we, ended our trophy drought, he participated very well, to be fair, that season for us and within that tournament as well. And I'll never forget. It was so emotional. I did almost cry when the players were on the bus and we were all singing. I can't remember who started the song, but one of the Arsenal lads started the "We Want You to Stay," Bacary Sagna, "We Want You to Stay" song, and he was like, it put the camera on Wenger, and he's looking at Sagna, and I was like, oh my god, my heart. And yeah, it was so sad to see him leave, but an absolute legend in my eyes, and he doesn't deserve the stick that he gets from some Arsenal fans. He's one of them that's quite mixed opinions with the Arsenal fans. I think there are Arsenal fans like me that still respect him, and a good friend of his who has a YouTube channel, and he's called Yayani Maze. He does like all car rapping and stuff like that. And he was a good friend of Bacary Sagna's, and he put on his Instagram, he's a massive Arsenal fan, and he said, please don't be fooled, Sagna hasn't left for Man City for money reasons, it's purely for football reasons. So I think Wenger probably knew that Bellerin was going to be Arsenal's, first choice right back, and maybe Sagna didn't want that, and still wanted to get some game time, and yeah, maybe he just wasn't part of Wenger's plan. So fair enough, to be honest. And yeah, it'll be nice to see him play in the tournament. I hope he gets some game time. He joined Man City in 2014, and he's played 37 games for them. Hasn't scored for them yet though. And he's been a part of the French national team since 2007. He's played 55 games for them, but hasn't actually got an international goal. And last but by no means least of the defenders, we have got Raphael Varane, the centre-back from Real Madrid. Joined the club in 2011 from Lens, and he's played 91 games for Real Madrid so far, and has scored 1 goal. He's been a part of the French national team since 2013, and he does have 2 international goals, so well done, Raphael. And he's made 29 caps so far as well for them, so be good to see how he does. I tell you what, that's such a defence to pick. You guys let me know in the comments down below who you would pick out of all of these as your starting back four. Who would start for you guys? I'm gonna go for Digne, Koscielny, Mangala, and Sagna. And I'm going to say that because in that order, I think Koscielny would be the left centre-back, and I think having Mangala and Sagna as on the right side of the defence would be pretty good, because obviously with them playing at Man City together, that could be quite key. But that's who I'd pick. You guys let me know in the comments who you would pick as your back four. Next up, guys, we have got the midfielders, starting with Yohan Cabaye, a fantastic player. You know, again, for me, I just finished recording a Crystal Palace video, and obviously he now plays for them. And I did say in that video that I didn't actually include him in the video because he's been injured for a lot this season. But when Palace signed him, I thought, what an amazing bit of business that is by Palace. That's such a good signing. He's such a good player. He obviously played in the Premier League before with Newcastle, and then they sold him to France, to PSG, of course, and then it just didn't really click for him at PSG, and he come back to England, to the Premier League, and yeah, I was really pleased to see him back, to be honest. Cabaye started his career in Lille. He left them in 2011 to join Newcastle United, and he stayed there for 3 years, leaving them in 2014, in the process making 79 appearances for them and scoring 17 goals. Then he went to PSG just for a year, played 39 games and scored 1 goal for them. Then in 2015, returned to the BPL with Crystal Palace, playing 33 games for them so far with 5 goals. He's been a part of the French national team now since 2010. That was when he got his first call up. He's played 46 games for them and has scored 4 goals. Yeah, fantastic midfielder. Really good to see him back. I think a lot of clubs, Arsenal were actually interested in him, but he just has his injury problems, doesn't he? And that's something, you know, when you join Arsenal, for some reason, you automatically have injury problems anyway. So he would have had injury problems upon injury problems. So, yeah, it's just something that we could do without. But great bit of business from Crystal Palace, can I just say. Next up, we've got Lassana Diarra, the 31-year-old, more experienced midfielder, currently playing for Marseille. Get a load of where he's been in his career. So he began his career in 2004 at a club called Le Havre, I think that is pronounced. Then in 2005 he moved to Chelsea, where he was there for 2 years. He made 13 appearances for Chelsea. Then he left Chelsea in 2007, joining none other than London rivals Arsenal. Made 7 appearances for Arsenal in the year that he was there. Then was sold on to Portsmouth. This guy's seen his fair share of football, I'm telling you that now. At Portsmouth, he was also there for just a year, played 24 games and managed to score a goal for them. In 2009, he moved to Real Madrid, sorry, I don't know what I was saying there. He moved to Real Madrid, and he was there until 2012, scored 1 goal in his 87 appearances for them. Then he moved to Russia, played for Anzhi Machakala. How the flipping hell do you pronounce that? Right, he played for them. Made 18 appearances for them in the year he was there. Then he went out for another year to another Russian side called Lokomotiv Moscow, one that's a bit easier to say. He was there, he made 17 appearances for them and scored 1 goal. Then in 2015 he returned to France and he's now playing for Marseille, where he's made 25 appearances and scored 1 goal. What a career he's had so far. Jesus, calm down, Diarra. Next up, we have got Conte, the guy that there is so much bloody speculation around at the minute. Where will he go? Is he going to stay with Leicester? I think if Vardy and Mahrez leave, he's going to be tempted to leave as well. But yeah, it's a difficult one because he did say on I think it was on a Periscope or a video or Snapchat or some social media like that. He said that he doesn't know what's going to happen, and that usually means I'm thinking about leaving, but I don't know. So yeah, he began his career at Bologna, I think they're pronounced Bologna, I think. Then he moved to Caen, and then in 2015 he was bought by Leicester City, obviously part of their title winning side. He played 37 games for them so far and has scored 1 goal as well, but he's more of a defensive midfielder, I would say, anyway. But yeah, Chelsea heavily linked with him, but so are France as well. So it'd be interesting to see where he does end up. Alongside him, we have got FIFA monster Blaise Matuidi. I'm sorry, it is just his double. So yeah, Matuidi obviously quite familiar with, well, quite a popular French player now. Really made a name for himself since joining Paris Saint-Germain in 2011. He's played 165 appearances so far and has scored 19 goals as well. He's been a part of the French national team in 2010. That was when he got his first call up. And yeah, he's played 43 games for them and has scored 8 goals. Next up, another player where it's unsure where he's going to be next season. Paul Pogba at age 23. Obviously well known for coming through the ranks at Man United, but only played 3 games for the Man United senior team before he was sold to Juve in 2012. And since then for Juve he's played 124 games and has scored 28 goals. He was part of the Team of the Year, and I'm not talking the FIFA one, I'm talking the official Team of the Year, which is a great achievement because usually it's just BBVA players, so he's done really well to get into that. And yeah, he's got his first call up for France in 2013, played 31 games for them since then and has scored 5 goals. Next, we've got the Newcastle man, Moussa Sissoko, that keeps flirting with Arsenal, but no, we don't want him. We don't want you, Moussa, alright? We appreciate that you like us, but let's just leave it at that. Just remain a fan, please. We really don't want you at the club. I'm sorry, he's a good player, but he's just not what we need. You know, we've just signed Xhaka. It'd be such a pointless buy. Such a pointless buy. But again, another, yeah, talented midfielder, but like I say, just not on Arsenal level. He's a typical like box to box midfielder. He's been at Newcastle since 2013. He joined them from Toulouse. For Newcastle, he played 117 games and has scored 11 goals. Now it says on here 2013 till 2016. So does that mean that he's definitely left the club then? So, oh dear. He got his first call up for the French national team in 2009, and he's played 35 games for them and scored 1 goal. And last but not least, guys, we have got the attackers. So, again, we're going to start off on the left with Kingsley Coman. Made a real good name for himself with Bayern this season. He's had a very good season. A lot of people watching him, mainly in the Champions League. Only 19 years of age. He is actually on loan from Juventus. And yeah, he's obviously will be returning to them, but again, is he going to be picked up now? 19 years old, done really well for Bayern, played 23 games for them and scored 4 goals. So be interesting to see what happens with him in the summer. I think Juve will probably try to keep him now they've seen what he can do. Yeah, he's got his call up to the French national team last year. He's played 5 games for them and has scored 1 goal, so well done him. Next, a player that's been around for bloody ages. I really like this guy. Andre Pierre Gignac. He was at Marseille for quite a while, then he did leave, and he currently plays for UANL. Yeah, he was at Marseille in 2010. He joined them from Toulouse. And when he joined Marseille, he was there for 5 years. He played 154 games and scored 59 goals. Since joining UANL, he's played 39 games and has scored 28 goals. That's a great ratio, can I just say? That is not bad going at all. He's been a part of the French national team since back in 2009. Played 26 games for them and has scored 7 goals. Next up, the big man, the olive tree, Olivier Giroud. Gets a lot of stick, unnecessary stick, can I just say? He's a good player. Let him do his thing and just leave him to it. He obviously joined us back in 2012. Can I just say, like, when we first signed Ollie, we just lost Robin Van Persie, and that is massive boots to fill for any player. He didn't do that, but that's not his fault. It's not his fault that Van Persie left the club and he was chosen. to be you can't ask somebody to be more than what they already are. We all know that Giroud isn't world class, but he's still a good striker. He's still a top striker and a fantastic second choice behind a world class striker. So, fans are saying, oh, we should sell him and buy a world class striker. Well, no, we shouldn't. We should keep him and buy a world class striker, because Giroud does perform at the end of the day. He does get goals. He has goal droughts, but that's when you play your other striker, isn't it? And you bring Giroud in then to fill in when your main striker is like injured or suspended or just simply tired. Arsenal fans just really annoy me, and I was actually disgusted to see the French fans booing him because the French manager chose not to take Benzema. How the hell is that Giroud's fault? How is it Giroud's fault when there's Gignac, Griezmann, who is more classed as a winger, and Martial as well. There's three other strikers, Griezmann, striker, stroke winger, but there are three other strikers in there that are also taking up a place for Benzema, yet Giroud is the one that gets the stick. It's absolutely beyond me, and it makes me laugh because they booed him and he still went on to score. So well done, Ollie. Keep scoring, and that's all I can say. But yeah, he joined Arsenal in 2012. He's played 135 games for us and has scored 57 goals so far. He got his first call up for the French national team in 2011. He's played 49 games and has scored 17 goals as well. Keep scoring, Ollie, and just keep proving your haters wrong. He absolutely loves it as well. And I admire that about him, I really do. And I tell you what, he's one of them players that I would be gutted to see leave Arsenal, because he has so much passion. And he's one of few strikers that when he misses a chance or he doesn't catch the ball or something, latch onto the ball as well as he'd liked, he actually looks so frustrated with himself. And there aren't a lot of strikers, a lot of other players just kind of laugh it off, but he actually looks frustrated, and I really admire that about him. And you know what? I absolutely love seeing him score, because all of his haters are just so silent. It's brilliant, and he knows it as well. I love that. He's just a top Russell, Olivier Giroud. Anyway, moving on to Antoine Griezmann now, a player who made a massive name for himself when he was at Real Sociedad. He came through the youth academy there, actually. Played for them from 2009 till 2014. Made 179 appearances and scored 46 goals. Then in 2014 he joined Atletico Madrid, where he's well known at now. He's made 75 appearances for them so far and has scored 44 goals. He only got his call up to the French national team in 2014. He's played 27 games for them and has so far got 7 goals to his name. A great player, and again, he does tend to cover on the wing for France, but he's just got that versatility about him where he can play as a winger or as a striker. And likewise with Anthony Martial as well, the pace merchant. No, he is fantastic, to be honest to him. Just a full-on brilliant player. It's really good to see him in the Premier League as well. Made a name for himself at Monaco. He was there for 2 years, played 49 games for them and scored 11 goals. And he's already bettered that at Manchester United. Joined them last year, played 31 games and scored 11 goals. So brilliant. And that's in 1 season. His Monaco goals were over 2 seasons. So he's done really well, and he's a massive key for that Manchester United attack, and I'm pretty sure he will be for the French attack as well. He only got his call up for France last year, and he's played 9 games and hasn't scored a goal yet. But I'm betting he'll get his first French goal in this tournament, because he's in too much good form at the minute. And last but by no means least, the talented Dimitri Payet. Now, a lot of Arsenal fans don't like him because of the West Ham fans saying that he's better than Ozil and all that kind of crap. He's not better than Ozil. West Ham fans know that deep down. But that's not to say that he's not good. He's very talented, but he's just not at that level yet. But yeah, he's still a fantastic midfielder nevertheless. He's so crucial on free kicks as well. He can absolutely smash a free kick. He played for Marseille in 2013 till 2015. Played 72 games and scored 15 goals. Then, obviously last year, joined West Ham United. Played 30 games for them so far and has got 9 goals to his name. didn't join. Got his first call up to the French national team back in 2010. Since then, he's played 18 games for them and has scored 3 goals. Like I say, a fantastic midfielder. It's just one of them where a lot of Arsenal fans don't like him because of the comparisons with Ozil. But what you've got to remember is that's the fans doing that, not him. So I personally really like him. Think he's a great player. And again, I tell you what, it's so difficult for me there to pick 3 out of those 6. It's very, very difficult. Ollie's got to be your main man in the middle over I'm sorry, Gignac, but I think Gignac's kind of hitting past it now. But he's had a good career, you know, and he's obviously he adds that bit of experience to the side. They've gone for like 2 tall, strong strikers, which I really like the old-fashioned strikers, which I love. Tall, strong, handsome. Sorry, I just couldn't help myself. And then they've gone for obviously the pacey wingers there as well. So it'd be interesting to see who they do go for. And yeah, guys, thank you all for watching. That's all from me for now. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you smash the thumbs up. Let me know what your starting 11 would be with the current French squad. Let me know who you would choose for your starting 11 out of all these players. I'd be interested to read the comments. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't done so already, guys. Help me get to 600 subs. We've recently hit 500 and then it's absolutely smashed up and we're approaching the 600 mark. So thank you all very much for that. Did upload the 500 sub special if you want to go and check that out as well and learn some stuff about me. It was a Q&A, so yeah, you can go and learn a little bit about me personally on that there. Leave the thumbs up if you enjoyed, guys, and that's all from me for now. I'll see you all very soon.